Hey guys, and welcome back to Jesus Talks with Jess. I know it's been several weeks since my last video, but I had a super busy semester and now I'm on break, so I just wanted to share with you guys a little video today. And the topic is going to be on religion versus relationship. So I want to start off by sharing with you guys two passages, one from Luke chapter 18 and one from Luke chapter 19. So the first one is Luke 18 verses 18 through 23. Now a certain ruler asked him, saying, "Good teacher, what shall I do to inherit eternal life?" So Jesus said to him, "Why do you call me good? No one is good but one, that is, God. You know the commandments. Do not commit adultery, do not murder, do not steal, do not bear false witness, honor your father and your mother." And he said, "All these things I have kept from my youth." So when Jesus heard these things, he said to him, "You still lack one thing. Sell all that you have and distribute to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven. And come, follow me." But when he heard this, he became very sorrowful, for he was very rich. And the next passage is Luke 19, verses 1 through 8. Then Jesus entered and passed through Jericho. Now behold, there was a man named Zacchaeus, who was a chief tax collector, and he was rich. And he sought to see who Jesus was, but could not because of the crowd, for he was of short stature. So he ran ahead and climbed up into a sycamore tree to see him, for he was going to pass that way. And when Jesus came to the place, he looked up and saw him, and said to him, "Zacchaeus, make haste and come down, for today I must stay at your house." So he made haste and came down and received him joyfully. But when they saw it, they all complained, saying, "He has gone to be a guest with a man who is a sinner." Then Zacchaeus stood and said to the Lord, "Look, Lord, I give half of my goods to the poor, and if I have taken anything from anyone by false accusation, I restore fourfold." So, in these two passages, you see a rich ruler and Zacchaeus, who was also rich. And the difference is that one had religion and another had relationship. In the case of the rich ruler, he was unwilling to sell his goods when Jesus asked him, because all he knew was religion. He had never had a real encounter with a relationship with God. He only had an encounter with religion. And therefore, when Jesus asked him something that would require his heart behind his action, he wasn't able to do it. However, in the other passage, you see Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus had a revelation of God and an encounter with Jesus that transformed his heart. Therefore, although he was rich as well, he was able to give up his goods. He was able to be generous because he had an encounter with God. He had relationship. Although he didn't have the religion and he was looked down upon, he was called a sinner, he had that encounter that changed his life forever. It changed his heart and transformed his heart. So he was able to encounter relationship instead of religion. And I just want to encourage you guys today, if maybe you're turned off by religion or turned off by the church because you feel like you're not good enough, or you feel like it's just all about rules and regulations. Well, in these two passages, you see one guy who had religion who wasn't able to have relationship with God because he rejected it, and you see a guy who never had religion who was able to come into relationship with God. So if you're feeling like maybe you're not good enough, or you're feeling that burden of you have to volunteer and you have to do so much because you have to be religious and you have to be a good Christian, or you have to be good and perfect, God doesn't care about the action. He cares about the heart behind the action. And so in this new year, I just want to encourage you guys to not just do things because you feel like you have to or because you feel obligated to do them, but do them because you want to. Do them out of your love for Christ. Do them because you have a relationship with Him, because it's not about the religion, it's not about doing things, it's not about looking good for other people, it's about the encounter that you've had with Jesus Christ. So remember, it's not about religion, it's about a person, and that person is Jesus. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below for more. Don't forget to have a great week, and God bless.